strength of belief and disbelief, the BBW will be on trial to see if he really is as bad as the stories claim.
The BBW?
Sorry, the big, bad wolf. Now, watch very carefully. For you, the audience, you're also the jury.
That's right, everyone. At the end of this fantasy, you will get to decide whether Mr. Wolf is guilty or innocent. Should he be sent to jail? Should he be set free?
Watch and learn. Look for clues, evidence, lies. They're everywhere.
Everywhere! And the public gallery is packed. Judge Bigwig and Judge Mental will be overseeing the cases. Yes, both these judges have a reputation for talking in very long sentences about very long sentences. I understand Lawrence will be entering the courtroom and the case about to begin. Come. The court is now in session.
All rise for Judge Bigwig and Judge Mental.
All rise. All rise. All rise for the judge and doff your cap to the conscience of this habitat. Show your respect to the beacon black. All rise, all rise, all rise. He'll make you tremble, make you cry. He'll fix you with his beady eye, beady eye. The worst of the criminals dare not lie. He wants the truth, the truth, the truth.
You may be seated. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you have today been given the power to determine the fate of this wolf. You should listen carefully and make very well informed decisions. Should he go to jail or should he be set free?
This is a responsibility you must not take lightly. And remember, as Spider-Man once famously said, with great power comes great responsibility. Use it well. The Forest Court is now in session to hear the case against Mr. Wolf. Mr. Wolf, please take the stand. Mr. Wolf, you are here today to answer to the following charges. Number 1, you are accused of plotting to deceive a Miss Red Riding Hood and eating her grandmother. Number 2, you are accused of assuming a false identity as Miss Hood's grandma. Number 3, willful damage and illegal destruction of properties of 3 little pigs.
And most horrible of all, you have sought to terrorize and murder all types of animals within our forest community.
Send him down!
Silence in court!
If you have quite finished, Mr. Wolf, how do you plead? Your Honors, not guilty.
Mr. Wolf, who will be representing you in this matter?
I shall be conducting my own defense with the assistance of my co-counsel, my sister Miss Wolf, and her partner Mr. Billy Bacon.
Justina Case. And we've got this case all in the bag.
Thank you. Please receive the case for the prosecution. Members of the jury, you see before you the most despicable of killers. At last, we finally have enough evidence to prove to you that this wolf, this animal, this beast is a serial killer. Thank you, Mr. Man. And what is the nature of this evidence? My lord, for many months we have been secretly spying on Mr. Wolf. We have had the forest secret agents on the job, the Mole Bros, Mr. Johnny Mole and Mr. Donny Mole.
Calling the moles! Calling the moles, secret agent!
Calling the not-so-secret moles.
Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, according to the forest law?
He does, and he doesn't. More Bros, can you tell us about the evidence you collected?
Well, we've been digging around and discovered a lot of information. It's what we moles do.
Underground, alive, exciting life you lead as an undercover agent. You hadn't, however, told us the nature of your evidence against me. For all your networking and code breaking and clue making, did you actually find anything out?
We are bound by the Official Secrets Act. We report only to Anne. This is ridiculous. I believe we have no evidence at all. Hacking creatures, well known for having bad eyesight, be reliable witnesses. Those shades are not disguised. You are blind as a bat, and I prove it. How many fingers am I holding up? We are bound by the Official Secrets Act. We report only to Anne.
You're just making a mountain out of a molehill.
Objection, Your Honor! Mr. Wolf is being a molehill!
Sustained! Mr. Wolf, kindly refrain from making jokes at Mr. Mole's expense.
Warbros, I give you permission to tell us in front of the whole court, since I did in fact employ you. And am, of course, M. M for man.
Is this a joke?
Well, we have installed secret cameras throughout the forest to record evidence against Mr. Wolf.
And this tube has all the CCTV recordings with all the evidence.
Attention, attention. This recording will self-destruct in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
it seems like your evidence went up in smoke. Yes, my lord.
I believe your next witness could be more convincing and less dangerous.
The court is now in recess. We shall reconvene in 5 minutes.
All right!
All right!
Look at this. History, the past, and we are here to change it because we are the infamous Time Bandits. I am Kiss, and I'm Slap. Kuda, no parents. Now, has any one of you seen any little fairies hopping around, conmissive, jumping and bumping around, chitter-chatting, being very naughty, changing realities? Anyone? Did they go up through the ceiling, down through the floor, or just out the door? I got it. Out the door. I'm free.
Court is now in session.
All rise for Judge Bigwig and Judge Mental.
All rise.
You may be seated. Mr. Man, please proceed. Yes, my lord. I wish to call my next witness to give evidence.
Please do so, Mr. Man.
I wish to call Red Riding Hood.
Calling Red Riding Hood.
Calling Red Riding Hood.
That's her friend.
Did you know it really?
Yeah, it was so good.
Oh Miss Hood, that you were not lured by me, but because you had eaten all your granny's cakes even before getting there. You simply got lost looking for a shop to buy more. You're just a greedy girl who tells lies.
No, I'm innocent.
She's innocent. Are you quite sure?
Miss Hood, it's no use continuing with this fairy story. You have a good imagination. I'll give you that. But no one was at Granny's cottage when you right there, was there?
Miss Hood, please answer the question.
Okay, fine. She wasn't there. She just disappeared.
And because he'd eaten her,
Your Honors, I think we can shed some light on the matter. Please proceed, Miss Case. It appears that Miss Hood's grandma is alive, and she is well enough to speak to us all in court.
Very well. Ask her to take the stand.
call in Granny Hood.
Miss Riding Hood and her friend, please give the stand to Granny Hood. Miss Riding Hood and her friend, give the stand to Granny Hood now.
Granny Hood, we're so glad to see you alive.
Granny Hood, Miss Hood tells us that you were expecting a visit from her last Wednesday. Lies. I believe that you were very sick in bed, alone in the forest, waiting for your granddaughter to bring you a basket of food for your birthday. Lies. Oh, Miss Hood also tells us that you were not at home when she arrived at your cottage. Have been driven, screaming from your sick bed by a ravenous wolf howling at your door. More lies. But then where were you?
My gymnastics class.
You? Gymnastics?
Really? Really?
Does Miss Hood know about your class? Of course. But then why did she come when you weren't there?
To steal my life savings.
That can't be true.
No, it's not true.
Your Honor, look in that cake.
Don't look at it.
Your Honor, may I take my money and go home now?
Of course, Granny Hood. You're excused.
Give us our money!
It's ours.
Over my dead body.
Fine with us.
Get back here!
Yeah.
Take them to the cells.
Yeah. the truth completely disappears. I'm gonna ask you one more time. Did they go up through the ceiling, down through the floor, or just out the door? I got it. Out the door. I'm free.
Court is now in session.
All rise for Judge Bigwig and Judge Mental.
You may be seated.
Mr. Man, please proceed.
Yes, Lord. I wish to call my final witness to give evidence.
Please do so, Mr. Man.
I wish to call the 3 little pigs.
Calling the 3 little pigs.
Calling the 3 little pigs.
Please take the stand. What are you doing?
We're taking the stand, dude.
Just stand on the stand.
Chill, dude.
Please state your names for the court record.
I'm Dave, a.k.a. Carl. I'm Steve, a.k.a. Sassad. And I'm Tim, a.k.a. Eves.
We're going to session X. Sounds like an English breakfast for me.
Objection, Your Honor! Sustained, Miss Wolf. I feel you, dude. Little pigs, can you tell us what Mr. Wolf said to you and how terrifying he was in the darkest of nights? Sure, no problem.
No doubt. They're not so little pigs. Are you sure it was a wolf who blew your houses down?
Oh yeah, we saw him. We saw Mr. Wolf huff and puff, didn't we? I don't know. I'm sure what the jury would really like to know is, 1. Did your houses have foundations? 2. Had your houses passed building regulations? And most importantly, 3. Did you have planning permission to build the houses? Who cares, dude? Here's the proof that your houses were completely illegal. And I will now prove that to you. I would like to call the forest police.
Calling forest police. Calling the forest police.
Calling the forest police.
This is the second car this week.
Sorry, Sergeant. The tree, it just fell out of me. You'll excuse.
Please state your names for the court record.
I'm Sergeant Chun, and this is Constable Dwayne.
And your dog.
He's obedient to my every command. What? Fetch.
Really? What's his name?
Borg.
No, I asked you what your dog's name was.
Borg.
Constable Dwayne, please stop showing off. We can see your dog is very obedient, but what is his name?
Borg. His name is Borg. What else would you call a police dog working for special branch? Sit, Borg. Sergeant Trunk, can you explain to the courts what Mr. Wolf's role was in the destruction of the 3 Little Pigs' homes?
Certainly. Mr. Wolf works for the council, patrolling the remote areas of the forests and mountains. He discovered that the pigs had built their houses without any permission. So the council ordered the damage, and he just arranged it.
Forest police! That may be true, but could you instead tell us how Mr. Wolf huffed and puffed and glued the 3 little pigs' houses down?
It was a funny thing, really. The wolf wasn't even there. We bulldozed them.
It was fun. Do you remember our chant?
Yeah.
Knock it down! Knock it down!
Silence in
Knock it down!
Silence in
Knock it down! Knock it down!
Silence in court! Thank you, officers. I believe we have all the explanations we need. You are excused.
Miss Samantha, if that was
This
the final evidence, would you please make a closing statement before we continue? Yes, my lord. Members of the jury, you have all seen for yourselves the cleverness and cunningness of this wolf. Oh, you may say that he has skillfully defended himself against all these stories and accusations. But I say, don't you think he's a bit too clever? Does he do nothing wrong? I don't think so. Many creatures are still afraid of him because he is a predator, a killer, and a threat to us all.
Guilty, 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 guilty,
Silence in court.
Thank you. Court is adjourned until 2 p.m.
I'm gonna ask you one more time. Where did they go? Did they go up through the ceiling, down through the floor, or just out the door? I got it. Thank you. Out the door. I'm free.
You may be seated. Thank you.
Good afternoon. This is Sparrow Hawkins and Bramble Thicket, back in the court, where Mr. Man's evidence seems more witless than witless. Johnny Mole's evidence went up in smoke, and charges 1 and 2 relating to Granny and Miss Hood were complete and utter nonsense. As you can see, behind us, everyone has become a lot calmer. Protestants from both sides intermingling.
I agree, but that Red Riding Hood, what does she like? Stealing from her own granny.
Absolutely! That girl is looking at a long prison sentence.
Once again, the beliefs and values of Fableton have been shaken to the core. The innocence of the pigs unmasked and fake new beliefs.
Exactly. It's all happening. I will bring it to you live from the courthouse.
I wonder what the jury will say. Difficult to say. They are funny.
So, that is your highly trained slipper dog, is it? Kendall is person with a stick.
He's a bit excitable today. Come work.
I apologize for that interruption. With live broadcasting, anything can happen.
That's right. Never work with children or animals.
I understand the recess is over and the case is about to resume.
The court is now in session.
All rise for Judge Bigwig and Judge Mental.
be down with the science, but you have just made our case very easy. You have just admitted that you eat everybody, and you are proud of it.
Mr. Mann, you were obviously not listening. Don't you understand how passions or food chains work?
As I said, convinced by your own song, Justina Case and I rest our case.
It seems that the prosecution is incapable of understanding evidence from animals, my lord. Perhaps they'll listen to their own kind. Humans. I would like to call the naturalists.
Calling the shopping list!
Calling the naturalists!
Not again. I'm the electrician.
Calling the electrician! Calling the electrician!
Calling the electrician!
All right, I heard you. Really? Again? Hey, why are these lights so bad? Better be getting my paycheck.
Good afternoon, naturalists. Before we get to our expert opinions, please give the court an account of your qualifications and experience.
We're naturally the naturalists, zoologists and activists, ecologists and botanists from you. We study insectology, a little ornithology. We're clever 'cause we know a thing or two. We know the feeding habits of the lessons, what the facts, how long it takes the crocodile to grow. You ask the metamorphosis, the answer yes, of course it is. A fascinating subject, don't you know? We're naturally the naturalists, zoologists and activists, ecologists and botanists from you. We study insectology, a little ornithology. We're clever 'cause we know a thing or two. We waded through the Amazon and followed in the swamps and found some hidden species in Peru. In Africa, it was right there. We had to visit Tanzania and follow the migration of women. We're making no apologies for studying geologies. It's a job that someone has to do.
Order in the court. Please remain seated.
Thank you. There is no doubt about your scientific learning and experience. Proceed, Miss Wolf. Thank you. Perhaps you can tell us why the wolf is endangered. You mean Canis lupus? Canis lupus? Could you please explain for the benefit of the jury? Canis lupus. The gray wolf, of which, madam, might I say, you are a particularly fine specimen. Nobody's gonna call me a specimen. Do you think I live in the zoo? What will happen next? They'll put me in the jaw? You got that straight? Dear me, no offense meant. Sister Wolf! Perhaps you're not familiar with the trial procedure. You are attacking your own defense witness. Members of the jury, here is a perfect example of how aggressive and quick to anger the wolf is, how dangerous and unpredictable they can be.
Justina Case, please sit down. Perhaps we can continue with the evidence. You had no right to talk.
Right. The gray wolf now is endangered because of humans. He might be top of the food chain, but he has been driven out of his natural habitat of the wilderness.
Not true! You see him here in the forest, not in the wilderness. And he's certainly not exterminated.
Yes, but that is because he is one of only a few
Mr. Mr. Man? Well, I had a bowl of muesli and English.
And what?
An English breakfast.
An English breakfast? I'm sorry. I'm only a wolf. An animal. Could you describe to me exactly what an English breakfast is?
Some tomatoes and mushrooms.
I'm sorry, Mr. Man. Could you speak up a bit? I didn't quite get those last 3 items.
Bacon, sausages, and eggs.
Exactly. Bacon, sausages, and eggs. Who were you calling a carnivore?
I'm not a carnivore. I'm an omnivore.
Oh, yes. What does that mean?
It means that I have a mixed diet.
But you must admit that you eat meat. Mr. Man, please answer the question.
Yes.
Your Honors, I have no further questions to ask.
Thank you. Would you and Miss Wolf like to summarize the case for the defense?
Yes, Your Honors. Members of the jury, the point we are making is that all living creatures must eat. But why should wolves be persecuted for eating? Just because they're at the top of the food chain.
Yes, many other animals, including humans, eat meat, but they're not feared and hated as wolves are. We are all part of the natural process.
Actually, it is the human who is the strongest creature at the top of the food chain, not wolves. Humankind needs to understand that we all have our parts to play in the wild, and of course, in the rhythm of life.